Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a full face of hyped up makeup products, and I'll tell you if I think they're worth it or not. So I've got the Sydney Grace Be Mine palette, Elf Halo Glow. I've already done a video on this, but it's been pretty hyped, so I'm going to talk about it again. The new Merit Stick Bronzer. This one I did get in PR, and some other stuff that's been pretty hyped up. I thought this would be fun to do. All the products will be in the description box. And yeah, stay tuned. I upload 4 videos a week, and let's get started. So the Sydney Grace Be Mine palette, I did get this in their Christmas and July sale, and I'm here to tell you, I think this is worth the hype. I think out of all indie brands, Sydney Grace is definitely one of the most popular, and this is now the second palette I own from them, and I think their formula is definitely worth the hype. I absolutely love it. It is just pigmented, easy to blend, have some beautiful color stories. And I did buy the deep version of this palette. I just thought that I liked it a bit more for my preferences. And I've done several looks with this already, and I love it. So yeah, and I'm excited I got a really good deal on it. And I'm going to use the BK Beauty 201. I've been loving the BK Beauty brushes. They did send me some in PR. This is one I bought myself. And yeah, this color story, it's so pretty. So I don't even know like what I want to do. Honestly, there's so many options. Most looks I've done so far with this palette, I did more pink toned looks. So let's go more warm toned. This one is called All Mine, and I'm wearing the MAC Painterly Paint Pot as usual. And I want to buy more Sydney Grace palettes now. I really want to get the one that is the Mountain Trail. It looks so pretty. It's warm tones and some greens. Yeah, I think out of the indie brands out there, the ones I hear the most about would be definitely Sydney Grace, Cleona. Odin's Eye is pretty popular these days. Yeah, those I think are some of the most hyped up indie brands. And I really think Sydney Grace definitely worth the attention that they are getting. And they are coming out with a new palette, which is a collab with Tina from Fancy Face. It looks beautiful. I don't think I'm gonna get that one though. I just don't think I would use the colors as much. And I do have Tina's collab from Odin's Eye already. So I'm gonna pass on that one, but their formula is really good. I do have some of their brushes. I don't love their brushes as much. I'm gonna use this one for the outer corner. I'm gonna use this shade called Love Me. It's a dark brown. That is a very, very, very beautiful color. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something more neutral and smoky, since every other time I've worn this palette, I've done more pink looks. There's a lot of pink tones in this palette though, but I think it's a great color story. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And I think I'm trying to remember how much it was. I think it was it 40% off during their sale? I think it was a really good deal. I'm using the next darkest brown called Romance. I'm excited for the shimmers. Their mattes are so pigmented but easy to blend. But the shimmers are beautiful. I'm going to use a little bit of this matte black called My Person. Okay. And deciding on the shimmers. That's going to be the hard part of this look. Oh my gosh, so many pretty options. This green is amazing. The purple, I love this one. This one, I kind of want to use this one here. Let's go with that. It's called Baby Cakes. And then, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll add another one in, but their formula is just fantastic. And I'm not even wetting my brush. I usually do, but I've noticed that with the Sydney Grace shimmers, I don't really have to use a wet brush, which is pretty cool. Wow, that is an amazing color. Yep. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yes, so Sydney Grace, definitely worth the attention they've been getting, and honestly even more. It is a fantastic indie brand, and I think it might be one of the best eyeshadow formulas I've ever tried now that I have 2 of their palettes. Oh my gosh, that color is amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna just do a little bit of the 2 browns in the outer corner again. Man, this is a gorgeous smoky look. I am definitely a fan. So, love it. Okay, just gonna go to that first brown. I cannot get over that shimmer. I mean, I did not use a wet brush. Look at that. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Loving this eye look. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up the fallout, which actually there isn't a ton considering how pigmented these shadows are, and I'll be back. I did a similar video a couple months ago, and I talked about just that, like, there's not a lot of viral or hyped up primers anymore. No one talks about primers, and no one has talked about this one. It's so good. This is from Fourth Ray Beauty and ColourPop. It's their Pore Perfect Primer. Primers are just not getting attention, which is sad because I love a good pore primer, but I am going to use a combo of the Makeup Forever foundation, which I hardly have any of this left. This was super hyped at the beginning of the year. The e.l.f. Halo Glow, also super popular item. Love this. I have the shade 1, shade 1 Fair. And I did do a comparison with this and the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter when it first came out. So you can check that video out if you want to see like a swatch comparison. So this Makeup Forever foundation, honestly, I'm still not sure how I feel about it. Even though I've had this bottle since like it came out, I got this in PR and I'm pretty much like done with it. And I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I like it, but I definitely would not say it's like the best foundation ever. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I think it's good, but this, I'm gonna say, I don't think is amazing. But the e.l.f. Halo Glow, like I said, I absolutely love this. I like to just like mix it in with foundation for an additional glow. That's what I do. I just kind of mix it in there. I haven't really used it as a liquid highlighter per se. I haven't tried that. I do think that if you saw my video where I compared it to the Charlotte Tilbury, this shade from e.l.f. is definitely, I think it's a bit darker than the comparable shade from Charlotte Tilbury. So if you have very, very fair skin, the e.l.f. may not be as good of an option, but again, it's like if you're mixing it in with foundation, I don't know, it may not matter a whole lot because I don't think there's like a ton of pigment in it. So that's just what I've noticed. I mean, I definitely like this foundation combo, but I feel like if I mix the e.l.f. Halo Glow with a lot of my other foundations, it also looks just as good. So I'm not really convinced by the Makeup Forever. I don't have a ton of I don't really have any new concealers, but this one has been really popular for a while. Probably one of the most talked about drugstore concealers, e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And I think this one's amazing. I love it. And I like it a lot more than the original camo. I just felt like the original camo concealer was too drying. And so this one I think is much better. So yeah, that one's great for sure. I like it. Maybe the shade I have is a bit off, but it's fine once we kind of like do the rest of the makeup. I think it will be fine. Now, I do want to use cream products. All right, cream bronzer and cream blush has been so popular in the last year and a half for good reason. And I got this one from Merit Beauty. I got this in PR. This is their Bronze Balm, and I have the shade Clay. And this is an interesting bronzer. Whoops, I think I rolled that up too much. It's definitely got like a sheen to it. But if you set it down, which I usually do with cream products, I think this is definitely one that you do need to set down. Now, I have normal skin. If you have very dry skin, you may not need to. Also, notice I'm putting on a decent amount. I do think this one is not incredibly pigmented, so I feel like I have to build it up. I do have the second to lightest shade, but I do like this one for sure for my skin tone. So yeah, you can see there's a glow in it. However, once I set it down with some powder, I thought that it was actually fine. But it would be one that I would be worried about not setting down. Again, unless you have like the driest of the dry skin, but even then, I don't know, but I like it. And there's like a lot of glow happening for sure. Okay. Also, this one is totally, I'm going to say, worth the hype too. Personally, I think like most things in this video, I'm really into the Makeup Forever HD foundation. I'm still not convinced on that one, but LYS cream blush. I have the shade in Self Love. This is so good. Oh my gosh, look at that. It is beautiful. I love it. I like a lot of blush, so we're just going for it. Such a pretty color, and look how easily this also blends out. Definitely, I'm a big fan of this for sure. As you can see, there is definitely a lot of glow happening on my face from a combination of the bronzer and the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I think that the LYS blush, that one actually is not super dewy because they call it, what do they call it? Oh yeah, a satin matte cream blush. And I would say it definitely is the least glowy out of all of the cream products that I put on my face. So, but yeah, I always have to set my face with powder for sure. Otherwise, my makeup melts away throughout the day. So I'm just going to, so what I think about with these cream bronzers when they're dewy like this, so you could either set it with a powder or you could set it with a little bit of a powder bronzer. I've done both, but today we're just gonna do powder all over. As far as blush, I do feel like I want to add just a bit more powder blush on top because I really like blush. So, and I'm loving this brush also. This is the BK Beauty A507. Great. Yeah, so I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk blush, which I love so much. I just think this is great. Amazing formula. Beautiful. So, as someone who likes more intense blush, I do like this, but I just want like a little bit more. I can't help myself, okay? I am so into this eye look. I can't get over it. And I wanted to do a bright red. I'm wearing MAC and it feels so grand. And I never show my brows on camera, so let's do it. These products, they're pretty popular and I think these are great. This is my go-to brow combo. Use this every day. The Milani Weekend Brow. These brow pens have been very, very popular. In the last like year or two, several brands have them. And I've tried this one and then the one from NYX, and I prefer the Milani, and I really like this shade for my brows. I have the shade Espresso. So I don't really do a lot of filling in. I just do a little bit. Not much. I do think my brows have grown more though since I've been using the Ordinary's Brow Serum. I really feel like I've seen good results with that, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I don't do a whole lot, but I love this. This is great. And if you guys know of other brow pens that you also like, let us know. And then the Merit Brow Pomade. I love this so much. I have the shade Black Brown. This is definitely my favorite like tinted brow mascara, and my brows are pretty unruly, so I always have to do some sort of brow gel, and then I feel like it kind of evens out like those pen lines, because I feel like if I just leave the pen as it is, it looks a little crazy. But this also, it definitely adds volume to my brows and helps keep them in place all day. So I love the Merit Brow Pomade. It is amazing. And then I did put a little bit of this shade in the inner corner, and then I also put a little bit of my Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and then I mixed some of these shades on the lower lash line. I wanted to add a bit of that burgundy feel. So yeah, I really like this look. I think the majority of these products, they're popular, but they're worth it. Sydney Grace, oh my gosh, such a good formula. Yeah, I think I almost like their formula more than Natasha Denona, which has been my #1 favorite formula for a few years. I don't know. I'm thinking Sydney Grace may be even better than Natasha Denona. I love this formula so much, and I love the color story of this palette. I love how this eye look turned out. I'm really glad that I bought the deep version as well. I think it's just like suits my preferences a little bit better, and the blush, gorgeous. I love the LYS blush. And I really like the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk blush. I think a lot of stuff from Charlotte Tilbury is overhyped, like their lipstick. I have one from the KISSING line. I don't know that that's really worth it. And honestly, I don't know that the Hollywood Flawless Filter is worth it now that we have the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This stuff is so good. I am like totally obsessed. I'm so happy this came out. $14 instead of $44. I feel like I get the same result. And I'm really enjoying the Merit bronzer stick. I think it's really nice. I just think you have to be careful because it has a bit of glow. So if you have normal or oily skin, you probably do want to set it with some powder like I did, but I think it looks really, really nice. And I did wear it all day and I really did like it. So yeah, and I have the shade Clay. So I really like this. I think this is worth it. Also, the Merit Brow Pomade, love this stuff. The Milani Weekend Brow, it's amazing. The Makeup Forever Foundation, I'm just not as convinced by this. I think it is good. I do think it is good, but I feel like the amazing glow I'm getting today, and I just love the way my complexion looks, I really think it's more from the e.l.f. Halo Glow than necessarily this foundation. I feel like I could have mixed any of my foundations in with the combo that I'm wearing right now, and it would look just as good. So those are kind of my thoughts. Let us know what you think. Have you tried these products? What other super hyped products out there have you tried that you either think are worth it or not so much? So yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.